Oh man, what a movie! And what a cool thing for you to do too, because this is not like anything else we've seen you do.
Yeah, yeah, people keep saying that. I mean, I often play villains a little bit more than this character, but I can kind of I think no, you're right. I mean, I when was the last like feminine hero girl I've played? Probably Utopia, which was maybe
Yeah.
3 years ago. So
Hmm.
yeah.
But yeah, it's but and that's a good thing. We love to see the range, but also just see you in these incredible situations, including including fighting off Lance Henriksen, who's got to be one of the funniest people I've ever met, which surprises a lot of people, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And he's also got so many stories. I mean, the man is fascinating. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a real pleasure. I actually met him when I was a kid, so it was great kind of reunion.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well, and of course, it's great to hear those stories. But you actually have been able to do some of these conventions as well, and meet some of these great heroes. And now, people are looking at you, going, "This is the coolest." So, it's not a bad life experience, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I've been lucky as an adult for sure.
Yeah, and there are worse jobs than getting loved on all weekend, right?
I know. I know. I have such imposter syndrome at these conventions. I can't even describe it. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. But yeah.
Well, you've got a good guiding light in your dad, which is always a great thing, and I do and what I do, you know.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's got to be pretty cool too, because not only have you been able to travel together, you get to work together too, which is neat.
What, me, my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say much because we're on strike, so I'm not allowed to
Oh,
really
yeah.
promote or talk about
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
Absolutely.
wanted to yeah.
Well, I guess not in a promotional way, just in a way that's just kind of a nice thing, and when I get to work
Yeah.
with my father, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
know I love my dad. We have a really close relationship, so it's great.
yeah,
I get to see him a lot.
that's so cool. Well, and now people are looking at you going, all right, that's what I want to do. And so what advice would you give to people that are, want to follow in your footsteps in the business?
I would say make sure that you really love doing it. I think that you end up kind of having to sacrifice stability. It would be helpful if you had a trust fund, but if you don't, I hope you get lucky. And uh, make sure it's for the right reasons. Make sure that you love doing it because it comes with a lot of rejection. But if yeah, if you can withstand all of the bad stuff, it's a really wonderful art form in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my co-host Drew Pearson is one of our great Dallas Cowboys. Went in the Hall of Fame, caught the Hail Mary, and so now Hail Mary is a great pop culture term, but we love to ask people their Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just kind of had to go for it. It worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
I had to quit my job in order to choose to be an actress. I had a job producing uh kind of History Channel documentaries sort of, which was a cool thing. I like to do it. And I couldn't do both anymore. And I had to either make the decision to be an actress and get a job waiting tables or continue producing documentaries. And I fucking got a job waiting tables. And by the way, I mean, I thought about it 18 years in the service industry before I finally got to quit. So, um, yeah, be nice to
Yeah,
your waiter, tip your waiter.
yeah. Hey, I
Cars
did
are
that. all through school, high school and college,
Yeah,
and man,
yeah,
oh, so you have to.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know, part of that is that success mindset. And we talk about that on the show too. Is there something that you kind of keep in mind that always keeps you on the right path, even when things are tough? Because you know things are tough, and we're always tough on ourselves as creative people.
Is there something that I keep in mind? Yeah, I have practices to keep myself grateful. Um I have like a, I mean, it's cheesy, but I have a gratefulness practice that I do with a girlfriend where we like text each other every day. I can't believe I'm even talking about this. It's quite embarrassing. But I do that to make sure that I remember how much better it is now than it was before. And I make sure that I always feel like I have a little bit of agency. I think the two things that kind of aid in human happiness are agency and gratitude. So I take steps to make sure that I feel both of those.
Oh, that's so cool. Very well said.
Mhm.
I think there's probably a great memory from every set that you're on. Is there one from this set in particular that will always stand out to you, to where you just thought about it and go, "That was a good day. I'm always going to remember this."
I think it was the family scenes with Lance Hendrickson. Lance I've known since I was a kid and I hadn't seen him in a long time. And me and him really connected. He felt like my family. And I hung out with Lance on set and we kind of like we fought our way through a scene and kind of figured it out and worked through it. And I ended that day and thought to myself, like, this is why I love acting.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, and you're also telling a great story too. And these are real situations and real people, and a lot of people should be thankful they didn't have to deal with this. But the fear of something like this, that that's the true horror, really, for a lot of people. And so it's kind of nice to be able to tell a story that shines a light on people that are gosh, the things they go through, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, to prepare, I watched a lot of footage of the Paradise Fires, which was horrific and really unpredictable. I didn't realize that spot fires occurred, so they never knew which direction the fire was even coming in, and the people were really trapped. So one of the reasons I wanted to do it was just how relevant the the topic feels. I was raised in LA and lived there most of my life.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's
I love
absolutely
it.
scary. Yeah. And is that kind of what you're hoping that people will get out of this movie, or sort of take away, or is there, there's something else too, because there's some, kind of a lot of dynamic between people too that we can
Yeah,
learn from.
I mean, I guess it was I guess I wanted to do it because I liked the writing. I feel like the characters came across as real, and it felt like a real human story that's happening that you kind of don't think about. You just see it on the news, you smell the smoke in the air, and you don't personalize. It's like, oh, 5,000 people or whatever, 400 people lost their homes, or just actually what that is, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that felt like the point of movies.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely. And so I know it's a strange time and we can't really talk about what's coming up, but I guess besides any of that kind of
Besides
stuff,
anything that AMPTP is doing.
yeah, I guess besides all that, but I mean, we're multifaceted people. We have all kinds of things going on in our life. Is there something else that we can look forward to
Um,
hearing from or seeing that you're maybe working on?
yeah, I mean, I'm working on stuff actually right now. I'm in Turkey at the moment, and I look forward to getting back to the picket lines and fighting to get a fair contract.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it needs to be said. It is an odd time, but it's
Yeah. Oh
you
no,
know.
no, totally. It's of course it's the thing to say. No, I have some stuff coming out which I will not talk about.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, we're excited for you, and we're excited for this one. Glad you get to talk about this one, and
Yeah,
really
yeah.
appreciate your time. And hopefully, we'll get to see you in the great state of Texas soon, maybe at a convention or maybe otherwise. But otherwise, We're gonna tell everyone to check this one out. And thank you for your time.
Okay,
Safe
cool.
travels
Thanks,
back
man.
home.
You were my
Okay,
favorite
thank you.
interview.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.